Hello everybody. Well, I made it back from the 3-day weekend of the Beatles Fest in Chicago. I thought I'd give you everybody a kind of a rundown on what went on and all the stuff that I picked up over the weekend. First of all, when I got there, everybody gets these booklets here. That's basically the itinerary for the whole weekend. So it's just got a little introduction by the creator there. And then it's got a map of the hotel where everything's located, and there's all the different events that are going on, who's performing on the Apple Jam stage, and all the different ballrooms, when people will be available for signing. And then the main ballroom is where all the concerts and everything were. And then it's got a list and a little bio of all the guests that were there. We had Denny Laine and Denny Seiwell, Lawrence Juber and Steve Hawley, the 4 different members of Paul's band Wings, and Mark Hudson. The Weaklings is a kind of a Beatles tribute band. And then we had Neil Innes from the Ruddles and Monty Python. And Leon Wildes was John Lennon's immigration lawyer in the middle 70s. And here we have Louise Harrison, that's George Harrison's sister. And Mark Rivera, he was there just one night. And then we just got a few other people and different authors of different Beatle related books. And there's Tom Frangione, he's from the Sirius XM Beatles channel, and Al Sussman from the Beatles Fan magazine. And the rest is just advertising basically. So I got there Friday night. It started at about 5. Let me get a book here. It started about 5 with opening announcements, and then there was a special talk by Leon Wildes. That was John Lennon's immigration lawyer, and he gave an interview he was there with his son, and they gave an interview on that. And then afterwards I went out, I brought my DVD of the U.S. versus John Lennon, and I had that signed by him. And then they had, let's see, I'm trying to remember now what I all did there. I wanted to get all my autographs done Friday night so I'd have Saturday and Sunday free to kind of just walk around and do everything else. And at 8 o'clock there was all the 4 members of Wings and Neil Innes and Louise Harrison. They were all on stage and they gave a kind of a meet and greet type of thing. They discussed Wings and things like that, and then after that talk they all went out into the foyer and were available to sign autographs. So after that talk, I did bring some albums to have signed, and 3 of the members of Wings were on this album. So I had Lawrence Juber signed there, and Steve Hawley down here, and let's see, Denny Laine right there. Unfortunately I actually had to pay to have Denny Laine sign it, but I got all 3 of them on there anyway. And next to there was Paul's first drummer in the band Wings, Denny Seiwell, and I had him, he played drums on this album, Ram, and I had he signed right there. And then Neil Innes, he was a member of Monty Python, and he was in the Bonzo Dog Doodah band. Yeah, so he was in the movie Ruddles, and I had him sign this Ruddles album here. And Louise Harrison was doing some talking up in front too, and she has a book out that's My Kid Brothers Band, aka the Beatles. And I had that was signed by her as well. From the sounds of it, she was pretty pivotal in getting the Beatles music put on the radios over in the United States. I think she said she moved here in 1963, and they had, I think it was George or somebody was sending their singles over to the United States, and she was going around from radio station to radio stations all over to try to get them played on the radio. And then also Bruce Spicer was there. I've shown this book in previous videos, but he's a very good author on different Beatles reference books. And after the talk there, I had him sign this book for me. Let's see where it is. And we'll get back to Bruce in a little bit later. And then, so after that, there was a dance party, which I did not go to because I don't dance. But there was, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, after that, there was a concert put on by the four wingmen, they were called. So that went till about 1:30, so I went to bed, and the next morning at around, let's see, noon, that's when Bruce Spicer, he gave a talk on Sgt. Pepper, which was very interesting. And then following that, Louise Harrison gave another speech that was interesting to listen to. And then throughout the day there was Lawrence Juber played for a while, and Denny Lane. And they had an auction. I didn't go to that. I think I went to a different discussion panel in a different room. And then there was Beatles Trivia and Name That Tune. I went and watched that. I was maybe going to participate, but there was too many people signed up already, so I didn't get a chance to do that. Then at about 4:30 on Saturday, there was a discussion by Denny Seiwell and Steve Holley, two of Paul McCartney's drummers. They had a discussion on drumming, which was really interesting to listen to. And then, let's see, Mark Rivera was there just for Saturday. He was, I think it was Friday night. He's a Billy Joel's music director, and there was a concert in Chicago with Billy Joel, and he was a part of that. And then Sunday he had some family event he had to go to, so it was very good seeing him there. And then there was a concert by Liverpool band, and they were joined by all four of the members of Wings, and they played the entire side one of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. They did a very good job. And then there was more concerts after that. And then Sunday, first off, there was a discussion by author David Bedford. He's actually from Liverpool. He's an author that writes books about, he kind of dissects the Beatles' past in Liverpool, and he had a discussion on the 18 Beatles drummers. He's just written a book that's, I think it's due to come out in September. Apparently from 1955 until 1970 there was a total of 18 official drummers for the band, the Beatles. And that was a really interesting talk. And then after that there was another author. He did a talk on the life of George Martin. That was pretty interesting. And I had already seen Leon Wilde's on Friday, so let's see, what did I do? I did go out and check some different artists out in the Apple Jam stage. There were some pretty good tribute bands, and Lawrence Juber played again there, which was really, he's a very good guitarist. So about I'm trying to remember. Then 5 o'clock there was a musical forum with all four of the members of Wings, and that was really interesting. They kind of went through the evolution of skiffle music all the way through early rock, and I think those guys could have talked for hours. It was really, really interesting to listen to. But on Sunday, I did actually get to go play Beatles Trivia. I was actually able to sign up, and the round that I was in, I was with there's 4 people on stage. I was with 3 other people, and the lady to my right was quicker with the button than I was, and she got all the questions right. Nobody else got to answer any. But just for participating, they did give me this metal Beatles water bottle from the Love show in Las Vegas. So at least I got something for going on stage anyway. And then right after that, it was the Beatles Name That Tune trivia game. In that, they play like a 1 to 3 second audio clip of a certain Beatles song, and you have to be the first one to guess the song right. And I got all 5. They do 5. Whoever gets to 5 first wins that round, and I got all 5 of them. And so then I got to the finals there, and I only got 1 because the other people were, again, quicker than me on the button. So, but as a parting gift, since I got to the final round, I think they're trying to get rid of all their Beatles Love merchandise, but another plastic water bottle here with the Love logo on it, and a Love cap. And they must have been trying to get rid of these too. It's a British Beatles Fan Club magazine from July of last year. But we'll see if I read that or not. But other than that, there was just lots of stuff going on there. I'll show you some of the other merchandise I got here. There was the Fest has their own website. It's thefest.com, and they sell tons of Beatles merchandise. So I kept going there and spending all my money. I got this for my son. It's a Octopus's Garden book. It's basically the lyrics to the song, and then illustrated as well. And then it comes with a CD in the back with a new recording of the song and a read-along by Ringo Starr himself. I thought that was pretty interesting. It was in their clearance table, so I picked that up. And I also got him a insulated Yellow Submarine cup. And then I picked up this Beatles coffee mug. It's a heat activated one. When it's hot, it turns white and shows the Abbey Road cover on the back. And this was only a couple dollars. It's a collapsible water bottle. Supposed to be able to fill it up with water, and it stands up by itself, but you can store it away easily. Figured for a couple bucks, why not? I needed a new mouse pad for my computer, so I got this Beatles Apple mouse pad. And then to go along with my Sgt. Pepper room here, I got a Sgt. Pepper's wall clock. And I noticed every time I go back to the marketplace, they have a vendor show there with records and other things like that. Every time I go back, Bruce Spicer had his table there with all his books. I went there Friday and looked at his books, and they're kind of expensive. But then Saturday morning I went and looked again, and I noticed on his price sheet that he had lowered his prices a little bit. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So I figured I'd wait till late Sunday to see if his prices went down anymore, and sure enough they did. So I got a price guide for Beatles American Records. It's in a nice hard slipcase, hardcover book. It's got pricing for all the different Beatles related things here. And again, he did sign again for me. And then I also really wanted to get this Beatles solo on Apple Records book. It was really interesting reading through it at the table there. And you can see he signed again. It's got all the different labels and albums that were out on Apple. And And all the merchandise you get comes in these Beatles Love plastic bags. But yeah, it was 3 full days of lots of good entertainment. Oh, I also picked up this hat too. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, it was very interesting and well worth the money, and I was glad to be able to go. So I'll try and see if I can get some pictures and videos up on another video here and see if I can share that with you also. Thanks for watching.